readers,
reviewers,
countrymen,
lend us your ears. Welcome back to the channel. Today myself, Will and my brother Ed are going to be talking about series that will be the priorities for 2023. Some of them we've read book one and we intend to plough on with a lot of the series. Some we're starting in 2023, some we are finishing in 2023. So it's a bit of a mix, but all of them are priority series that we will hopefully be talking about a lot on this channel and with each other reading wise over the duration of the coming year.
And you've got to be quite brave, haven't you? You've got to guess what books and that you're going to love so much that you're going to carry on with the series. So we've kind of tailor-picked these books because either we know we love them, or we've read book one and we loved it, or we just have a premonition.
You have a little feeling.
Enjoy it.
Like I remember my book review saying that before he'd read a single Papaguan word, he bought all 7 books out in the Banished Lands.
Yeah.
And then he loved them.
And so I feel the same about some of these books, so we shall see what they are.
Let's get on into it.
Please, boosh.
First one that I have is some historical fiction. That is Boudicca, and this was the Dreaming the Eagle book one of this quartet was the last book that I read in 2022, and it broke me. I was crying, but it was an absolutely amazing reading experience.
I owe Amanda Scott a lot of money if she's making
me cry. It was an amazing reading experience, and I will most definitely be reading the next 3 books in the quartet.
Dreaming the Bull, Dreaming the Hound,
may just be out of shop.
Dreaming the Serpent Spear.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to reading those 3 in 2023, and hopefully all in the first half of the year.
It's an amazing series, and if you like fantasy, it is the most fantastical historical fiction I've probably read. And I think if you love Robin Hobb, you will love Amanda Scott's writing.
It is so epic, and it's got a small cast of characters at the core of it, but it's driven by huge events that are so powerful.
So cinematic.
It really does.
Yeah. Very nice. And for me, is some historical fiction as well. And this is Jeff Shara's Gods and Generals, the Civil War Trilogy. I believe that Jeff Shara and his son, Michael Shara, wrote this trilogy. I think his son carried on after he died. Or maybe Jeff Shara is the son. I can't quite remember. But one of these books... one of these books won the Pulitzer Prize, I believe, so they're meant to be amazing. And I would love to read more about this period. I don't really know too much about the Civil War. I know a little bit. I know who won. And that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting to grips with it. This was a film as well, but I believe the film Gods and Generals isn't very well thought of, especially by people who know the time period. So I will stay away from that for a little while until I feel the need to watch it. No Top Gun references here. Please talk to me, Goose. And so I'm looking forward to reading this because obviously it's got a great name, it's got a lot of fans. I need to read more about this time period, and historical fiction. I thought, what better way to be engaged by reading an award-winning trilogy?
That is very nicely put. And next up I have Cradle by Will White. I read this is all in 2023. I've read book 1 in January, really enjoyed it. That was unsold, and I'm definitely going to plough on with a huge chunk of the series in 2023. I think there's 11 installments. I think the 12th may be released this year.
A month?
It depends. At the moment I am, but it's one that's
poetic.
There probably will be some interruptions, which means I won't finish the series in 2023, but I will be reading a huge portion of them this year.
They're quite weenie books, aren't they? Do they get chunker as they go through?
And by weenie, they're small for fantasy because they're 300 pages.
But
if you look at basically any other genre, that's a little bit on the smaller side of average.
Yeah.
So it's not a small book, but it's small in the fantasy genre.
Yeah, small to fantasy. Fantasy, we like things big, don't we, guys? And the next one for me is I have to read the Farseer at some point, I guess, don't I? William has been badgering me since he was about 12, so about 2 years ago. No, I'm joking. He's been badgering me to read the Farseer, and I really, really want to read it. I've read Assassin's Apprentice twice, and I really enjoyed it both times. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, and for some reason I just haven't been able to pick up books 2 and 3. I haven't felt motivated, probably because I know it's going to crush me, as everyone seems to be crushed, and I know that book 3 isn't as loved as other books in the series. So we shall see. But
because it's part of the wider realm of the Eldlings, I think that can be forgiven.
Okay, because it leads on.
It's not really. It's the end of a mini trilogy, but it's not the end.
Because it's not the end. It's you forgive it for a lot more. That's fair enough. So, and I believe will be talking about this at some point in the next probably few years, I reckon. And will you read Liveship this year?
We'll get to that.
Let's get to it, shall we?
Next up, I have The Faith from the Fallen by John Boyle. So it'd be a reread of.
I don't know if you'll like this one.
I'm not sure. I've never read it before. I definitely didn't read
one's
Malice 6
dedicated
times
to
in a
you?
year. Ruin and A Time of Dread.
2
You
votes.
have 2.
Do I?
You have Wrath, and I believe you have A Time of Courage, don't you? Or Bloodsworn. What, you have Shred of the Gods?
I don't think so.
I think. Okay, well, anyway, The Faith from the Fallen, absolutely awesome series, and I cannot wait to reread it. Please do let us know if you want some Faith from the Fallen content in 2023.
You go to the next one. I will look, William. You go to the next one.
But anyway, so this is one of my favourite series ever, and
for Caroline, why is Mama in every one?
in every single book, she is.
She doesn't even like Vikings.
But yeah, so that is going to be one of my priority series for 2023.
Good luck. And the next one for me is The Godless Lands by Brian Ruckley. Book 1 is Winter Birth. I started reading this, I think I was about 14, 15 at the time, and I really enjoyed it, but I just never picked it up again for some stupid reason. You know what teenagers are like. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Papa Gwyn, this is a recommendation by the big man himself. So I look forward to reading this. He said it's got kind of Viking Age and also Native American vibes, so I think I will probably enjoy those parts of the world building as well. And he said the action and the characters are fantastic, and it's just a series that's not talked about enough. So let's get it talked about, folks. Let's have a look at it, see what it's like.
Let's do it. And now I'm going to be talking about the Farseer carrying on from Ed, but also the Realm of the Eldlings on the whole, because I'm going to be reading this first trilogy, Liveship, and the Tourneyman trilogy, at least them in 2023, and hopefully more.
So you're actually going to read Liveship?
Ed, have you read?
Hey, I don't profess myself as
Exactly.
Robin Hobb's biggest fan.
I am always I always own up to the sacrilege I committed, but I'm going to be rectifying my mistake. I will not skip the Liveship Traders.
But what am I going to
trilogy.
tease you about if you read it?
I'm not sure. You have to find something. I'm sure you'll find. I believe in you to find something. I believe in you, Ed.
That's a skill.
But this is an incredible series. I think Robin Hobb is in the top 3 writers that I've ever had the pleasure of coming across in her works.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing series and so much nostalgia attached to it. So I'm really looking forward to returning to this series. Also a little bit of nerves as well. Is it going to live up to my memories, which it's almost reached that kind of mythological status, which I said Legend was like for me, and this has reached that level as well, because it's such a formative read for me, and one that I talk about basically every single week.
Fantastic. Guys, it is Brian Lee Durfee time, and I'm going to be reading the 5 Warrior Angels trilogy by Brian Lee Durfee. I think Brian Lee Durfee and Dad, Papa Gwyn, lots of people say they're very similar. Not only are they bald, not only do they have beards, but apparently they write fantasy in a similar way and with similar themes in mind. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Check out Brian's channel. It's so fun. He is one of the most engaging, high energy, and just awesome guys that you can watch on BookTube. And yeah, he's so much fun. And I've heard from Patrick Leo mainly, his awesome reviews of these books, that this trilogy is fantastic, and if you like The Faith from the Fallen, then you will love that trilogy. I love The Faith from the Fallen, so I should love the trilogy.
Yeah. I've also heard amazing things from Matt's fantasy reviews.
Matt's Fantasy Views likes it, then he must be
He
good.
more than likes it, he loves it.
I trust his opinion.
And so, yeah, is that your last one?
No.
Oh,
Have
brilliant.
you got another one?
Yeah, I do have another one. I have the Cicero Trilogy by Robert Harris. Robert Harris. And
Richard Harris is a very different person.
He's a very different person. And so, like with Alexandria, he's got a read-along 1 book a month of this trilogy over on his Discord, and he'll be talking about it on his channel. And so I'm really looking forward to joining the bandwagon, joining the ride, and reading about some Romans.
Nice, yeah. And Cicero is a key figure.
He is.
In Rome, really. I believe he crops up in Caesar's time quite a lot. Ooh. So we shall see. I watched the HBO Rome series. I don't know how historically accurate that is, but Cicero's in that a lot, and and then the last one for me is The Lotus Wars by J. Christoph. I've read book 1, Storm Dancer. and it is a Japanese-inspired steampunk fantasy with a lot of heart and some awesome tropes that I absolutely love reading about, for example, found family. So I've loved book 1 and I cannot wait to read book 2 and 3. I found that I'm a big fan of Jay Kristoff's writing. I loved Empire of the Vampire. I think the way that Gabriel was crafted and his motivations, it was awesome. It was iconic, very sweary, very gory, lots and lots of adult themes as well, which I think really lent itself to the book as well. And I think no wonder it's so popular, because there's a lot to enjoy there. If you don't like one part, then there's probably another 57 different bits that you will love, because Jay Kristoff covers such a broad expanse of the writing genre with just his work, and Stormdancer was no exception. I absolutely love the way that he crafted his characters. A little bit more YA in terms of the content, but that's not a bad thing at all, because it was so well done.
Very nice, Ed. Very, very nice. And is that your final series?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So we will hopefully get through a lot more series in 2023, but these are the priorities. These are the ones that we're certain we will get through at least a vast majority of the books in this series in 2023, and ones that we'll be talking about on the channel a lot in, guess what, 2023.
Yeah,
and so
it's a big year.
Please do let us know your priority series for 2023. Let us know if you've read any of these. What are your thoughts? What are your recommendations based on that? We always love picking up on those recommendations, and we're very thankful, of course, whenever anyone leaves a recommendation in the comments. But everyone,
please, my Goodreads has been blowing up lately because so many people have been giving us recommendations in the comments, and I read the bios on Goodreads and look at the reviews, and they all sound absolutely fantastic. So please hit us up with some more, because it's going to make this year even more exciting.
Very, very true. But everyone, for now, thank you so much for watching. Truth and courage, the Brothers Gwyn.
Truth and courage, stay safe, happy reading from the Brothers Gwyn.